Alright, so we are now doing question 4a of exercise 14h, which is asking us to, without using a calculator, find all the values of x between 0 and 2 pi for each of the following. And then it gives us 2 cos x equals the square root of 3. Now, this question is trying to trick you because the very first thing that we need to do is actually rewrite this in a different form. What we're going to do is divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2, and by doing that we're going to get rid of the 2's on our left hand side. So if I was to rewrite it up here, what I'm going to get is cos of x equals the square root of 3 on 2. And this is a far more familiar form because we know about the square root of 3 on 2. So now using this, let's come to our unit circle and see if we can find where our value lies. So we know that because it's cos, on my unit circle, I'll be looking at my x-axis. And I also know that because it's the square root of 3 on 2, it's going to be the biggest x value that I've memorized. So let me put it over here. So let me say that that is the square root of 3 on 2. I'm now going to put lines up. So I'm going to say 1 is going to lie there, and on my unit circle, another is going to lie here. And then I'm going to draw my lines in. So get my line, so it will be from here to here, and then another one here to here. And let me actually, it looks just a little messy, let me get rid of this. We know that that's the square root of 3 on 2. So now what I'm trying to find is this angle, and then this angle. So first things first, what's this angle going to be? Well, because we've memorized our unit circle, and we know that this point here is going to be the square root of 3 on 2 and 1/2. We know that when we have this coordinate, that corresponds to the angle pi on 6. So I could come over here and I could say my first x value is going to be pi on 6. So what that's telling me is that 2 of cos pi on 6 is going to equal to the square root of 3. Perfect. The next thing that I need to do is figure out what here to here will be. And again, I know that this point here is going to be the square root of 3 on 2 minus 1/2. And I also have memorized this, and I know that in my my fourth quadrant, my denominator is going to be 6. Whoops. For this value. For this value, I know that my denominator will be 6, and I know about my numerator will be 11 pi. So again, that's something I've just memorized. There is a way you could go about it to figure it out, and the way that would be is that I know right around my circle to go 1 full rotation will be 2 pi, and I also know that the distance between here and here is pi on 6 because of symmetry. So therefore I could go 2 pi minus pi on 6. I have to get my denominators to be the same, so I'm going to times that by 6. 2 times 6 is 12, so I can just put a 1 in front of that. 12 pi minus pi will be 11 pi on 6. You can do it that way, but I really do recommend that you memorize all the different values around your unit circle so that you can immediately answer these questions really quickly. So therefore, the two x values which are going to satisfy my question is going to be pi on 6 and 11 pi on 6. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you.